Let me mention something I was thinking before we had this conversation. He's talking about when your car was shot, right?
Sure.
You just dropped the client off, right?
I was just dropping the client. I dropped the client. He wasn't with me, fortunately. And I was dropping my partner, my guy, my colleague. I was taking him to his house. So, and basically, we were on the other car, which wasn't on the other Land Cruiser, the green one, you remember one, which it was not armored. And we stopped at my place to change cars. I told him, listen, you know what? We're close to my house because he lives quite far in a quite risky area, you know, close to the favelas. And let's just go home, wait for me 2 minutes. I'm just going to go get the keys. I will take the armored car. And that was the decision of my life, basically. You know, the sixth sense. It's like, why having an armored car parked in your garage if you can use it? Like, you have to be very preventive. And my head works like that since I was little. And I work in the close protection business because I am structured to prevent. I do it in my personal life. I've been doing it on my personal life. So when you're used to do it on your personal life, which any close protection specialist should do it, you know, you don't do it just when you're working. You have to become a bodyguard. You know, you have to train, you have to exercise, you have to become a bodyguard. It's like when you're a car racer, you have to become a car racer. Your personal life. You don't just think in the car every time you race. No, what you eat, what you train, what you do, what you think, you know. So I'm structured like that, and I always listen to my sixth sense. And we just took the car, went out. We were driving. We just quite stopped in a red light. It was like 11:30 at night, and a pickup truck just stopped beside us. They took out a gun, and the way they did it, they were ex-cops because they could shoot. The tactical way they did it, they did not block me because I have a big fender. If they block me, they will have been in trouble, you know. And they saw me that I accelerated the car. They start shooting at me. Like, they shoot without any, they don't have any mercy. And they were surprised that that old Land Cruiser was armored. You know, it was because it's a low profile car, you know. And yeah, it was a level 2 armored vehicle, and it did great. The car did great, and I wanted to confront them, but I followed the rules. There are 2 main reasons why I did not confront them, because I had a big front defense on my car. They could probably crash them and put them in trouble. The car was not a level 5, you know. I don't know if they would have long rifles or Uzis or you know, something stronger. The windows were smashed already, you know. And when you have someone in the car, you just go for prevention. You don't face anyone, you know. You don't how do you say in English? You don't confront anyone when you have someone, because I'm driving, he's my responsibility, you know. So you have to come down, think, understand your position, and the fact that the car was armored, you're a winner. You don't have to show to anyone that you can beat those guys, you know. So I left him in his house, and he told me that there was a hole in the gas tank. The bullet just went through 2 armored metals plates, and
Space.
like, if you wanted to you know, aim on it, you couldn't. So there was a hole in the gas tank, and the gas tank was just dropping gasoline. And I told him, you know what, I have to go through the same road. If I don't call you in 10 minutes, just call help. I didn't tell him the police, just call help. I don't want to get robbed. Hey, it's not that all the police is like that, but they're great police officers there. But there's corruption everywhere. And I took the road back, and when we left, Richard, my colleague, he told me, I think their car had stopped. I said, well, if it stopped, I'm going to go back. I'm going to put the seatbelt on. I'm going to smash my car because now I'm alone. If I find them there, and their car is broken, I'm just going to run over them. I'm alone. I'm free. I can do whatever I want, which is also probably a stupid decision. But yeah, payback time.
Some things just have to happen. It's karma, right?
Yeah, of course. Exactly. So they weren't there, and I barely drove against, like in the highway and in the roads against the sense, like on the other sense. It was very dangerous, but I couldn't stop in the street. And I got home with the gasoline that I just had on the carburetor. The car just, when I parked my car, the car shut off. It was meant to be.
Let me ask you this. This is one thing. How much that cost to repair that car?
Wow, you have to do like, could probably cost you $25,000, $30,000 to repair that car.
This is what people say to me. This is the way I think these days. When you're taking risks, people want you to take risks. And I use one story about Haiti, some guy we refused to take somewhere. He wasn't with a client years ago. And I said to this guy, and he said to us, are you afraid to take me to this area? And I said, I'm not afraid to take you. But are you going to pay if the car is damaged?
Exactly.
Because again, you got to think about it. It's not just the risk. Okay, yes, the risk is always there. But also you got to think logistically, okay, if you get your car shot up, that's going to cost you a lot of money. And also, you're not going to be working because the car takes time to repair. The glass and stuff, they had to bring that. Was the glass, could you get that glass local, or did it have to be brought in from Colombia?
You can do it local. There are people who does it local. And the only advantage is that glass is straight, because the Land Cruiser FZG it's like the Mercedes. You don't have to bend it on the oven, so sure. It's less expensive, but you can do it locally. Yes.
Again, it's like all this, I think logistically, and when these days when people are on about doing stupid stuff, I think, okay, how much? Yes, you can get arrested. Yes, you can end up in hospital. Yes, you can end up, all this is going to cost you a lot of money if there's problems. And I don't think all these wannabe CP guys, all these wannabe heroes don't understand the consequences. Without the legal consequences, logistical consequences can cost you a hell of a lot of money.
Definitely. Andy, when you confront or you take risks, there are more chances that things will go bad than going good, you say? Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's not about just surviving, it's paying the cost of things, and you never know how it goes. You're trained to save your life, and this is what we do. And we group all the skills, me personally, the skills I did to build a very good and complete security company, and to build a great team. But you have to understand that you have to base your work and your mindset into prevention.